objectively has the best handle in the NBA? This is a question I'm going to answer today in this video. Keyword in this video, objective. There's no point in disagreeing with something like this. That's like disagreeing that Hitler was a Nazi, huh? Hell yeah. If I don't have someone on this list, it doesn't mean they don't have handles. It's a lot of people in the NBA, but there's only room for 10. I'm breaking down the top 10 handles in the NBA today. And one more thing, or two, or three, or four more things. First, I gotta explain what makes a handle great. Obviously, if you don't lose the ball when you dribble, if the ball's on the string, you don't get ripped, that's first. Second, how many moves can you do comfortably, stationary, and on the move? Third is how shifty are you? Do you have a predictable pattern? Do you dribble at one speed? Do you have multiple speeds? Stationary, on the move. Lastly, is how much can you sell your crossovers, in and outs, hezzies, behind the backs, half spins, all that. How much can you sell it? All right, let's go. At the 10 spot, we got Shai. Shai's ability to be upright dribbling and then boom, to quickly get lower than my credit score. That's a part of the reason people have trouble staying in front of him. If the ball handler is standing upright, then as a defender, you're not going to be on your toes ready to slide and move, bro. You relax. Shai goes from standing upright to getting low as to the defender's hips, quicker than a virgin's first time. To add on top of this, I don't think anybody can decelerate faster than Shai in the whole NBA. Shai, he's like a hummingbird, how he could just stop while moving fast. And to add on top of that, he uses his offhand while snatching back, which is a big part of ball handling. A lot of people have handles, but they're not physical. The best ball handlers in the world, the best players with the best handles in the world, they use their off arm, shoulders against their defenders. Shai doesn't have the deepest dribble package in the world, but I'm putting him on here simply for the fact he understands in basketball all you need is pace. Pace is more important than how many dribble moves you can do. Dribble moves without pace won't create anything for you, unless your defender is a 45-year-old Mexican dad with a beer belly, or Rudy Gobert. Number 9, I got Jordan Clarkson. The thing about Jordan Clarkson is that even though he can get low attacking the rim, his back is still upwards. Like, he doesn't lean forward, which makes him look awkward. It makes him look a little awkward when he has the ball, but he has that shit on the string. You don't need to do these advanced dribble moves to score in basketball. He doesn't do the craziest moves a lot in game, but I'm letting you know right now, Jordan Clarkson belongs here, bro. And I hate how I have to keep this one shorter, because y'all, there's not many clips to show, bro. YouTube search results aren't the best when it comes to NBA player highlights. In fact, it's fucking trash. But if you know basketball, you understand why I got him at 9. Damn, super short entry. Jordan Clarkson, I got Jordan Clarkson at 9. Number 8, I got Terry Rozier III. If you first look at Terry, you might feel like there's something different about his handle. It's like Donovan Mitchell-ish, John Wall-ish. Then you put it together. Terry got a long-ass wingspan, bro. So he can do these hang crosses, he can do these snatches even better than the average person because the ball is going out further away from his body, which makes the defense bite on the move. Is Terry Rozier underrated? Because there's no videos of him, of his handles on YouTube. Bro, y'all be underrating people so bad. Why? So, my bad if some of the clips are blurry or limited, but you see how he just stops like a car running into a brick wall? Footwork, bro. I'm going to keep saying this in the video. Handles is like 30% your hands, 60% footwork, 10% your eyes. Number 8, I got Terry Rozier. In the whole NBA, he's the 8th best, yes. Number 7, I got Jalen Brunson. Brunson, he just changes directions fast, bro. He changes directions faster than an NPC driving in GTA. He'll be relaxed, upright, or maybe doing a slow size up to rock you to sleep. Then he'll explode. Pause. But when he takes off, he doesn't always commit to it all the way. He can hit the brakes as soon as he takes off. It also helps that Brunson has the best footwork in the NBA. He freezes a lot. He uses his threat to pull up from mid-range or 3 or float it. So you gotta bite on whatever he does with his handle. You can't have an elite handle if you're not a threat to shoot. Lesson of the day, if you're a kid watching this. The difference between a Brunson or someone like Kyrie is Jalen, he always keeps the ball close to him. Like he's a very tight ball handler. Pause again. So it's easy for him to change pace quick as hell. change direction quick as hell, and he uses his body like you should in basketball. And he uses the most underrated dribble move, in my opinion, which is half spins, bro. You know, he does hezzies, he does in and outs. Those are the ultimate setup moves. And he fucking spams them. He spams in and outs of hezzies. So obviously he'll have one of the best handles in the NBA. And him breaking down people with it, it's imminent. Number 7, I got Jalen Brunson. Number 6, I got Steph Curry. Oh, what? Steph Curry? Yes, Steph is at 6. I know people may disagree and think Steph should be higher, but the thing about Steph, he's the best shooter in NBA history. He's the best shooter. And he shoots the ball fast as a bunny rabbit has sex. Like, he gets to his shot pocket off on any move. Pause on that. Is that a pause? The success with this handle, it's heavily predicated on the threat of his shooting, on his 3. How he's developed his handle is so he can shoot the 3. But everyone else on earth, they develop their handle so they can break their man down and get a lane to the rim. But Steph, his is so he can get a little bit of space and shoot 40-45% from 3. Steph's footwork, it isn't the best. His upper body moves before his lower body. His shoulders and torso, they'll lean towards a direction first instead of his feet. His feet moves after or at the same time as his upper body, but your feet should always move before. And he's flat-footed, which it doesn't help his moves be explosive as they could be. Now, I'm not saying he can't get his defender with a cross, but obviously he can. He's Steph Curry. He has a good-ass handle, but it could be more deadly if he just had better footwork, if he just worked on what I just said. Number 6, I got Steph Curry. Number 5, I got LaMelo. Now, LaMelo, he's an awkward dribbler. He's one of those. He just moves weird. I think LaMelo is a case of somebody who just naturally learned how to dribble without a trainer teaching them how to dribble or how to move a certain type of way. Because a lot of people got trainers, and the trainers, put your foot here when you do the crossover. Make sure this is that. Trying to make players all robotic. I feel like LaMelo just got on the court and started dribbling and doing moves he was planning on doing on games. Raw dogging that shit. I'm talking about without doing all the cone drills and shit. He has the ball on the string, especially while on the move. The ball goes exactly where he wants it to go, but his footwork is just unorthodox, especially with his snatchback. Low key, I feel like this is what injures his ankles and knees and all that, because it looks like it causes a lot of stress on his joints, bro, after a while. Look at that. But damn, it's nearly unguardable though, so maybe he got it from that one Kyrie commercial. Number 4, I got Trae Young. Now, Trae Young might be the best in the whole NBA at shifting his weight while dribbling. When you can shift your weight and sell a drive like Trae Young, then people are bound to bust their ass if they're guarding you. He's twitchy and he's quick. Pause. When it comes to dribbling. And at the same time, he can stop his speed on a dime at any time. So as a defender, you don't know when to commit to the drive or when to stay put and try to contest his shot. He can do a hezzy, right? And he can float it in his hand. But he can also do a hezzy and make it a split second. You know what I mean? This shit is a game changer for your handle in basketball, bro. This is pace. He has a push crossover. He has an Iverson crossover. He has shot hezzies. He has behind the backs. He has snatches. He has spin moves. He has in and out burgers. The only thing I could think he doesn't really have in his bag is half spins. That's the only thing he doesn't really have. That's the only thing he doesn't really do. This is an easy spot to put Trae Young. It's crazy how good Trae Young is, bro. Yeah, people don't give a fuck. In the past few years, because the Hawks aren't the best team in the East, people don't care. This is why I don't like NBA fans. Number 4, I got Trae Young. Number 3, I got Jordan Poole, Steph's former teammate. Yeah, when they were on the same team together, Steph, he wasn't the player on the Warriors with the best handle. Hell yeah. Now, you can tell when somebody is hooping while they're high. You know what I mean? Jordan Poole does moves that he doesn't even need to do. It's just the weed overtaking the brain. But why I have Jordan ahead of Shea is I feel like they're both explosive with their dribble from standing upright. They're very similar in that regard, but Jordan Poole, he just has more moves. You know, Shea, he's very calculated with his handle, but Jordan Poole, he's just on autopilot. I feel like this is what separates the bottom 5 from the top 5. Like, these top 5 guys, they're just on autopilot. Now, I shouldn't have to say this, but this video is about handles, bro. It's not about who's the better player. The internet never ceases to surprise me with how much it can miss the fucking point you're trying to get across. Jordan Poole is very choppy. He chops his feet, so he always has that stability and control on what he wants to do with his dribble and where he wants to move. He's not just a straight line driver either. He uses his handle to move horizontally, which that's something elite players do. You know what I mean? It's like I said earlier, he's just on autopilot. That's the best way to describe it, bro. Like, it's not nothing. It's not very premeditated, bro. It's just instinctual, bro. So number 3, I got Jordan Poole. What? Number 2? Yes, bro. Hear me the fuck out, please. Now, Kyrie, he's probably near the names I got on here, so by default, he's gonna have that title of best ever. You know what I mean? He's a pioneer, and he's most well known. He's the most well known, besides Curry. But Curry's not known for his handles, he's known for his 3. Kyrie's the most well known when it comes to this bag talk shit. I don't think I need to go over why Kyrie is on this list. You know what I mean? There's no way someone's hearing this, got to this point of the video right now, and doesn't have any idea how Kyrie hoops. He's like the first guy I've seen do double behind the backs on the move. I know Jamal Crawford would do it, but his was for layups. But for Kyrie, it's on the perimeter. Kyrie was the first I've seen snatch, then follow up with a spin. I copied this and killed everybody with this back in middle school when he first started doing it. Kyrie, he has the most moves. He has the most combos in his arsenal out of everyone in this list. There's not a move he doesn't have. Like, my dog tried to do a behind the back in and out at an All-Star game years back. It's not even an effective move, but he had the handle to do it. So, shout out Jersey. Jersey, y'all got the toughest hoopers to ever do it, bro. And like I said before, Kyrie, he's a pioneer. The next generation, they're always going to soak in game and improve. That's just how life works. And I'm sure Kyrie himself, he would agree with that. It makes sense, right? Obviously, it makes sense. Don't say it doesn't make sense. It makes sense, bro. So number 2, I got Kyrie at 2. Before I get to number 1, I got to do honorable mentions. I got Ja Morant. Ja, he just carries the ball too much for me to put him on here. Like, everyone knows he carries it. Even he does. Like, I'm not, nah, that's not rewardable. I got Reggie Jackson. I got Donovan Mitchell. CJ McCollum. Kobe White. Rob Dillingham. Bones Highland. James Harden. Paul George. Peyton Pritchard. Therese Halliburton. Naz Reid. And not Chris Paul. Number 1, I got Darius Garland. This is only controversial if you're a fucking casual. Darius Garland, he has the best handle the NBA has seen so far. Ever since the NBA started in the 40s up until now, in 2025, he's the best we've ever seen so far. What helps him is he's on his tippy toes whenever he moves. And this is a cheat code, because he can shift his weight faster from left to right and from front to back, because he's not planning his whole foot to move like with most players. The key to ball handling is all in the feet, because you can't move without them. When kids learn how to dribble, they focus more so on the ball bouncing in their hand, and they think that's handle, without factoring in footwork is more important than even that. When you shoot the ball, you're on your tippy toes. When you explode to drive to the rim, you're on your tippy toes. So him being on his tippy toes, it opens up a lot. On top of the fact, he has the ball on the fucking string. He dribbles with a wide base. His feet never get too high from the ground, so he's in full control of his movement at all times. What's the threat of a crossover? The threat of a crossover is the blow by. What is the threat of the hezzy? The threat of the hezzy is shooting. Now, I'm just one man, and I want to put videos out in a timely manner, so I'm not going to be super edit heavy. I'm not going to be like Jimmy High Roller, but there's no move with the ball Darius Garland cannot do. That's at least legal. Let me know what the fuck you think.